Would you dare to eat one of the world's deadliest delicacies? Pufferfish, or fugu, carries a toxin 1,200 times more lethal than cyanide. Yet, in Japan, it's transformed into an exquisite dish, prepared by master chefs. But how do we go from a poisonous sea creature to a gourmet experience? Let's dive into the fascinating world of pufferfish farming and the precise art of fugu preparation. Did you know that just one pufferfish carries enough tetrodotoxin to kill 30 adult humans? And there's no known antidote. This makes pufferfish one of the most dangerous delicacies on Earth. Yet, despite this danger, pufferfish have some truly fascinating defense mechanisms. When threatened, they inflate like a balloon by gulping water or air, making it nearly impossible for predators to swallow them. They also have beak-like teeth that never stop growing, helping them crush hard shells. That's why fishermen trim their teeth, to prevent injuries in farms and make handling safer after catching. To keep pufferfish populations healthy, more and more fisheries are even turning to indoor farming. Pufferfish farming includes two main types: indoor farming and hybrid sea farming. In fully controlled indoor farms, everything is carefully managed for safety and quality. Farmers begin by selecting the highest quality pufferfish breeds, carefully raising them in specialized tanks designed to mimic natural sea conditions. To keep them healthy, they trim tails and teeth to prevent injuries, provide a nutrient-rich diet, and ensure clean water through advanced filtration systems. Temperature and salinity are also monitored to create the perfect growing environment. In the wild, pufferfish absorb tetrodotoxin from their diet, making them dangerous to consume. But in indoor farms, their food is carefully controlled, ensuring they don't develop this deadly poison. Pufferfish are harvested from indoor farms under strict controls. Japan produces over 4,000 tons of farmed fugu each year, helping supply this deadly delicacy more safely than ever. For offshore farms, juvenile pufferfish are first raised in indoor tanks. Once they reach a certain size, they are transferred to open sea farms, where they experience a more natural habitat, better water circulation, and stronger muscle development from swimming in ocean currents. Incredibly, some offshore farms float miles away from land and house tens of thousands of pufferfish in massive underwater cages. Some farms make their own feed to control the nutrition and safety of their pufferfish. By using carefully selected ingredients, they avoid toxins found in the wild, ensuring the fish grow healthy and safe for consumption. Pufferfish are carefully harvested using sustainable methods to minimize stress. Japan leads the world in offshore pufferfish farming, but countries like China and South Korea are also expanding operations to meet the growing demand for this luxury delicacy. Once brought to land, they are sorted by size and quality before being placed in specialized oxygenated transport trucks. These trucks keep the fish alive by maintaining ideal water conditions during transit, ensuring they stay fresh and healthy until they reach processing facilities. In Japan, preparing pufferfish, fugu, is a true art. Only licensed chefs can handle it, and training takes years. Just 30 to 35% pass the tough exam. Why so strict? Because one wrong cut could be fatal. Pufferfish organs, especially the liver, ovaries, and skin, contain tetrodotoxin, a neurotoxin up to 1,200 times more deadly than cyanide. Just 2 milligrams is enough to kill an adult human, and there's no known antidote. That's why every fugu dish served is a careful masterpiece of skill and trust. Fugu sashimi, also called tessa, is prepared in tightly regulated processing facilities. Sliced paper-thin and arranged like a chrysanthemum, this luxury dish offers a delicate sweetness and a mild tingling on the tongue. Over 10,000 servings are safely enjoyed in Japan every year, making it one of the world's most luxurious and thrilling dishes. Would you ever try fugu? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more amazing food stories. Did you know that carp, once considered a humble pond dweller, is now the star of a billion-dollar global industry, with some giants weighing over 100 kilograms? In this video, we'll dive into the fascinating world of modern carp farming and processing, where massive harvests, surprising techniques, and some truly giant fish await. Whether you're into aquaculture or just curious how your fish dinner gets to the plate, this is a journey you won't want to miss. Carp are some of the most fascinating and diverse freshwater fish you'll ever come across. From goldfish, originally bred from wild carp in China, to the elegant koi found in Japanese water gardens, these fish come in a surprising variety of shapes, colors, and sizes. Some, like the long-bodied grass carp, are herbivores that help manage aquatic vegetation, while others like common and mirror carp can reach over 4 feet long and weigh up to a whopping 105 kilograms. They're not just big, they're survivors too, with lifespans that can stretch up to 38 years or more, unless you catch them and put them in a frying pan. Beyond that, carp carry deep cultural meaning in places like Japan, where they symbolize strength and determination. The journey of carp farming typically begins by sourcing healthy young carp from hatcheries. These fish are carefully selected and released into large, well-managed ponds. Pond farming provides an ideal environment for carp to grow, allowing farmers to control water quality, feeding, and overall fish health more easily. Carp are known for their impressive size and fascinating behavior. Carp are bottom feeders, using their sensitive barbels to search for food in murky waters. They're curious, adaptable, and quite social, often seen swimming in groups and exploring their environment. However, in some regions, carp are considered an invasive species that stir up sediment and disrupt local ecosystems. In carp farms, these fish enjoy a varied diet that can include grains, commercial pellets, worm mixed feed, and even small fish. Feeding process is typically done in a controlled and efficient way. Farmers often scattering food across the water surface. These feeding sessions usually happen at scheduled times each day to ensure the carp get enough nutrients without overfeeding. In some larger operations, floating feeding rings or feeding barges are used to keep the food in specific areas and reduce waste. Farmers are often very meticulous when it comes to breeding carp. To trigger spawning at the right time, these selected fish are given gentle, safe hormone injections that stimulate reproduction. Once ready, eggs and sperm are collected by hand, and artificial fertilization is carried out under controlled conditions to ensure the highest success rate and healthy offspring. After artificial fertilization, the fertilized carp eggs are carefully transferred to special spawning machines or dedicated hatching tanks. These tanks are designed to keep the water clean, oxygenated, and at an ideal temperature to support healthy development. It usually takes about 3 days for the eggs to hatch, depending on the water conditions. Once the carp eggs hatch, fish farms begin the important task of sorting and managing the young fish at different growth stages. The fry are first moved into smaller, controlled nursery tanks or ponds. As they develop into juvenile and then medium-sized carp, the fish are gradually transferred into separate, larger ponds based on their size and age. This step-by-step separation helps ensure that all fish have equal access to food and space, preventing overcrowding and reducing the risk of injury or stress. Harvest day is the busiest and most anticipated time on a carp farm. But before the full harvest begins, farmers will carefully select the biggest and healthiest carp to set aside as future brood stock. Carp harvesting is typically done using large seine nets. Farmers stretch these nets across the pond and slowly draw them in, gradually closing off the area to gather the fish into a tight group. Once the carp are corralled, workers begin lifting them out by hand or using large scooping nets. The fish are then carefully placed into water-filled containers or transport tanks, ready to be sorted, weighed, or delivered. This method ensures a smooth, efficient harvest while minimizing stress for the fish. Carp are harvested mainly for food, as they are a staple protein source in many countries, especially across Asia and parts of Europe. Globally, carp farming accounts for a significant portion of freshwater aquaculture, with millions of tons consumed each year, making them one of the most farmed and consumed fish species in the world. Once the truck full of fresh carp arrives at the processing plant, things move fast. The fish are quickly unloaded and sent through a rinsing system to clean off any debris. From there, it's all about precision. Workers and machines sort the carp by size and purpose, whether they're destined to be filleted, gutted, or sold whole. The factory buzzes with activity as automated cutters and skilled hands prepare the fish with care. Finally, the carp is packaged, sometimes fresh, sometimes vacuum-sealed or frozen, ready to make its way to markets around the world. It's a streamlined process designed to keep the fish as fresh and flavorful as possible from pond to plate. Carp meat is known for its mild, slightly sweet flavor and firm texture, although it can be a bit bony depending on the preparation. Carp is commonly fried, steamed, grilled, or cooked in soups and stews. In Central and Eastern Europe, Christmas carp is a holiday staple. In Asia, especially China and Vietnam, carp is often braised in rich, savory sauces or steamed whole with ginger and herbs. Its versatility makes it a valuable catch in both home kitchens and restaurant menus. Did you know that over 200 million eels are consumed worldwide every year? From the bustling markets of Japan to the factories in Asia, eel farming is a booming industry. But what goes into farming and harvesting these slippery creatures? In this video, we'll take you behind the scenes of amazing aquaculture eel farming, showing you how millions of eels are raised, processed, and prepared in state-of-the-art factories. Get ready for an eye-opening and mouth-watering journey. Thanks to a major breakthrough in 2010, Japan became the first country to successfully breed and raise eels entirely in captivity. This incredible achievement meant that wild eel populations no longer had to be heavily harvested, helping to protect their numbers in nature. Since then, eel farming has rapidly grown in popularity, with many farms now using semi-natural ponds, man-made tanks, or indoor aquaculture systems to raise eels sustainably. To prevent disease, farms follow strict quarantine protocols. Hatchery staff regularly check the young eels, or elvers, for any signs of stress or illness. Once healthy, they're moved into tanks that mimic their natural habitat, perfect for safe and healthy growth. As eels grow bigger, they can become more aggressive, even turning on smaller, weaker eels in the same tank. To prevent this kind of cannibalism and keep growth on track, eel farmers hold weekly grading sessions. During these sessions, the eels are sorted by size and then moved into separate tanks based on their group. Keeping similar-sized eels together helps ensure fair access to food and space. Unagi eels need a special diet to grow strong and healthy, and creating the perfect feed is a careful process. Hatchery staff mix fish meal, fish oil, vitamins, and minerals to make a balanced, nutritious formula made just for these eels. They also closely watch how the eels eat, adjusting the portion sizes and feeding schedule as needed. The eels are fed twice a day to make sure they get all the nutrients they need. On average, it takes about 1 to 3 years for unagi eels to grow to a harvest-ready size on farms. Harvesting them isn't a simple task. It requires skill and care. Farm workers use different tools like hand nets and specially designed eel traps to catch the mature eels gently, without causing stress or injury. After harvesting, the eels are sorted by size. Larger eels are often sent for processing, while medium-sized ones may be sold fresh, depending on market demand. Smaller eels, meanwhile, are usually kept or sold as breeding stock to other farms. Skilled staff begin by gently removing the slime from the eels using special tools that clean them thoroughly without damaging the delicate meat. Once cleaned, the eels are placed onto advanced automated machines that handle the filleting with speed and accuracy. Filleting eels requires great care, and the process is closely monitored through both high-tech imaging systems and human inspection to ensure top quality. After filleting, the eels are prepared for grilling. The eels are transferred to automated grilling lines designed to bring out the best flavor and texture. These machines ensure each eel is cooked evenly and to perfection. As the eels move through the line, they're gently basted and glazed, often multiple times, to create that signature glossy finish and rich, savory flavor. Skilled workers oversee the entire process, fine-tuning the seasoning and smoke levels to maintain quality. Though much of the process is automated, chefs still guide the flavor with carefully timed basting, glazing, and smoking. Finally, the grilled eels are packaged with care to keep their juicy texture and rich aroma intact. Automated packaging systems help get the final product efficiently ready for delivery to stores, restaurants, and food lovers everywhere. Not surprisingly, Japan is the world's largest eel consumer. Their famous eel rice, or unadon, is a beloved dish that holds a special place in the hearts of many. The rich, smoky flavor of the grilled eel, combined with the sweet and savory sauce it's glazed with, creates a mouth-watering experience that's hard to resist. Eel meat is tender, sweet, and packed with nutrients, offering a rich source of protein, vitamins, and minerals. How about you? Have you tried eel before? Beneath the waves, where sunlight shimmers and predators lurk, mackerel race through the water like silver arrows. Every year, humans haul in over 3 million tons of mackerel from oceans around the globe, enough to fill more than 120,000 large trucks. Let's dive into the incredible world of mackerel, from the wild ocean chase to your dinner plate. Mackerel are famous for their speed and agility in the water. They must keep moving constantly to breathe, relying on water flowing through their gills to absorb oxygen. They often form huge, shimmering schools, creating a mesmerizing underwater dance to confuse predators. From the skies above to the depths of the ocean, danger is everywhere. Tuna, sharks, dolphins, and even seabirds eagerly hunt these agile swimmers. Not only do natural predators hunt mackerel, humans have also been harvesting these fish for centuries along the coasts of the Atlantic Ocean, the Mediterranean Sea, and the Pacific regions near Japan and the United States. Every year, over 3 million tons of mackerel are caught worldwide to meet the growing demand for seafood. Two common methods are used: purse seine fishing and longline fishing. In purse seine fishing, a huge net surrounds a school of mackerel, and the bottom is pulled tight like a drawstring, trapping thousands of fish at once. One haul can bring in up to 200 tons of mackerel. Longline fishing uses a single long line with hundreds or thousands of baited hooks, stretching up to 50 kilometers. This method catches fish individually, helping preserve their quality and reduce bycatch. After many days drifting across the vast, unpredictable ocean, the fishing boats finally return to port, heavy with their silver treasure. Believe it or not, some ships unload over 500 tons of fish in just one trip. That's enough to fill more than 20 full-sized trucks. Instead of unloading by hand, these modern ships pump the fish straight into the processing plant using enormous pipes. Thanks to this method, unloading can be up to 10 times faster compared to traditional manual methods. Once inside, the mackerel are immediately rinsed with icy cold water to remove any dirt and to keep them fresh. Then, clever machines take over, sorting the fish by size at lightning speed. Have you ever wondered how quickly machines can sort thousands of fish? Well, some systems can handle over 10,000 fish per hour. Some of the best-looking fish are packed whole before being frozen at extremely low temperatures, between -35 degrees Celsius and -40 degrees Celsius, ensuring long-term preservation before processing. This deep freezing method helps maintain the fish's freshness, texture, and flavor, so it stays in perfect condition until it's ready for the next stage of processing or distribution. When it's time to prepare them, the fish are gently thawed to around -1 degree Celsius to -2 degrees Celsius, preserving their texture and making them easier to fillet and process. Before any hands touch the fish, workers go through strict hygiene routines, washing their hands, disinfecting boots, and putting on full protective gear. Skilled workers then fillet the fish, slicing them expertly and removing the internal organs. Each movement is swift and precise, honed through years of practice. Have you ever tried filleting a fish yourself? It's not as easy as it looks. After filleting, the pieces go through a second rinse, ensuring the cleanest, highest quality mackerel possible. The clean fillets are flash frozen once again. Then they are carefully weighed and packed into boxes, ready to travel to kitchens and restaurants all around the world. Some factories freeze and pack over 50 tons of fillets per day. But that's not all. Some mackerel are canned, a preservation method enjoyed by millions worldwide, with over 1.5 million tons of mackerel being canned each year. Mackerels are carefully cut into smaller chunks to ensure uniform portions. They are gently rinsed again to remove any remaining impurities before being meticulously placed into cans. Next, they're topped with rich, flavorful sauces like tangy tomato or savory oil, which enhance the natural taste of the fish. The cans are then sealed tightly to preserve the mackerel's freshness. After sealing, the cans are steamed, washed, and packed into boxes for global distribution. And now, the next time you see a mackerel dish, you'll know the incredible journey behind it. Thanks for watching. Which part surprised you the most? Let me know.